welcome to another video of Durondeau Dressage. Today we're doing a tour, but a bit of a different one. Up to now we have shown you many parts that are finished. However, that's not the reality of living at a farm that's currently being renovated. We will show you the parts that we hope to make progress in the future, because currently it's Mudfest 2023, and hopefully you'll follow along to see how it changes. As everyone knows, renovations are never like a smooth ride. There's always problems and hiccups that occur. We had the same thing with our walls. So because the farm is old and people added on, there were lots of different kinds of bricks, and we didn't really love the look of that. We decided to go with an old school way of painting, which is based on chalk, and we call it in Dutch kaleien. We thought it fit the style of the property, and we had this color in mind. However, the first time that we painted it, the color that we picked was this one. And it just turned out way more yellow than we hoped for. It's like a mustard color, and we were waiting for it to dry and get paler and paler, and it just didn't. After a month of debating, we decided to change it still, because we just couldn't adjust to the color and it wasn't quite how we wished, what we wished for. So then we picked this color, which luckily dried up nicely and turned out paler, and we really love this color. As you can see, they're still working on it. It's not everywhere yet, because they can only do it when it's dry, and Belgium is right next to England, so it rains all the time. Anyway, we found our color, and then one morning we come outside and we realized that the wood, some kind of treatment is on it, and it's been leaking when it rains onto the lighter color. So now we have this mess, and that's just how we keep bumping into things. Hopefully by coat 5 we'll have the finish that we want, but that's part of renovations, and keep your fingers crossed for us. So behind me are my own personal stables that you've seen in the videos before, and now we entered a barn that is supposed to become my client stables. As you can see, there's still a lot of work to do. However, a lot has changed too. There used to be a cement ceiling in here that they put in so they could stack straw and hay up above. However, that made it so dark and low and dingy, and I mean, we didn't even think a big horse could fit in here. That's how low it was. So we had to break all of that out to find the beautiful wood that supports the roof that we love a lot. We have to change these still, so we can make it even higher and make it feel bigger for the horses. And well, there's just a lot of work still to do everywhere to make it suitable for the horses, but we look forward to it, and we hope to show you in hopefully not too long, but you know how renovations are. And yeah, hope you follow along to see the progress. We have high hopes. So now I'm standing in my outside arena. At least that's what it's supposed to be in the future. Currently it's just mud, and mud is kind of the theme of the whole tour today. But this is where it's planned to be. There's little sticks, white and red sticks dotted around to kind of showcase the size of it. However, more than that, there is only mud. And further, if you move along a little bit, you'll see that there's a huge pile over there. I'm sure Lynn will film it for you later. That is a kind of soil that we need for the pond that will hopefully come in the future someday. Next to the arena, the plan is that the horses could cool their legs down in the water after training by just going from the outside arena straight into the pond. However, we have big dreams and currently only mud. After a while of living here, we got so desperate to have something green around, because everything was just mud, and also every time we let the dogs outside, they would bring in the mud into the house, so there was no escape. So we got desperate and we bought these mats of grass like rugs of grass that you can just buy, and they're already full grown, just the part around the house to have something green. And as you can see in the back, there's the lunging arena and the walker. There grass has been planting, and luckily with the little bit of better weather, it's been growing a tiny bit. From up close it's still mud, but from the distance it's green finally. This big lane with the planted trees was one of the selling points when we came to look at this farm, because we thought it was really beautiful. However, right now it's really not a centerpiece. It's a bit of a gathering of all the materials for the workers, and yeah, it's not in its prime time right now, but we have big plans for what is about to come here. There will be vacation homes. The lane will go through all the way through to the street, which means we'll break through that building, and then as the lane doesn't quite end in the middle of that building, we'll have to repeat what's on the left to the right, and then there's even more plans for like a restaurant. Anyway, big plans. However, that's like the multiple year plan. For now we have this, and we'll have to clean it up and make it look better than it does now. But that's the reality of what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. And we live with our horses on a construction site, which is not always safe, but they sure became less timid of all the noises. My photographer is pushing me to do the final image right here in the middle of the chaos. But that's what we wanted to show you, that it's very much not finished yet, and we hope that you'll subscribe to see what we make of this place. The building in the back is still to be completely removed because it's rotten and just ugly. We put some paint samples on it just to make it extra beautiful for you. Everything on point. The rest is mud, as you can see, with some footsteps through it. But anyway, that's what we wanted to show you in this video. Lots of work to be done, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!